Today is the 7th January 2025. This is the first MicroProfile Live Hangout for 2025. As I mentioned earlier, John is traveling today, so I'm going to chair today's call. So please add your name to the minutes if you
Emily, sorry,
Yes.
you're not sharing the screen yet.
Oh, no, I haven't, not yet. Just to say, if you haven't added your name to the minutes, please add your name to the minutes. Then let me share my screen. Share. Oh, yeah. So I mentioned earlier, so it's this is 2024 minutes. I understand that John will create a kind of 2025 doc. This and then basically he will move this minutes to the new doc. So in basically we have a short agenda today, but we will see kind of if you have any other discussion want to bring up, please feel free to add any kind of item here. So the first thing is kind of I noticed that John sent out the steering committee meeting minutes ballot in December, but maybe due to the holiday kind of period, nobody voted. So and then the kind of the ballot period of ended, I think 17th December. I will talk with John when he's back. Maybe we have to start a new ballot. Yeah, so we'll just follow probably we will follow up via the kind of emails and etc. Are there anything anybody else have any other general discussion items to be brought up? Okay, so the next thing is kind of release. So I think it's in the 2025, we look at the manual release MicroProfile 7. So far, it's a two candidates. One is health 4.1, and then telemetry 2.1. I don't know whether anybody else have heard basically other spec want to do any update, manual update. So this is only open up to the manual update. I will also double check with the OpenAPI folks to see whether they want to kind of do a manual update. So I think probably it's the kind of the health telemetry or OpenAPI. I have not heard of anything else. So I think it's a release timeline, and basically it's kind of the we are penciling in for the first quarter. Yeah. So that's for the MicroProfile 7.next discussion. So the following thing is the Jakarta core TCK. So we discussed the Jakarta core, basically Jakarta core profile TCK, the pretty much kind of the Jakarta EE core profile TCK, core profile 10 TCK, and then is also kind of the artifacts also appear in the zip and etc. We did have the very long discussion on the Jakarta EE platform core. I know Ed is here. There's a kind of the action item and then to-dos and etc. Ed, do you want to kind of give a quick update on this?
So we're working on some process changes that we're going to make recommendations. I think I'm sorry, I'm a little lost if we have actually made the recommendations to the Kimono teams. This is for sort of a go forward process. We discussed this a little just briefly this morning in the platform team, and I suggested that we should probably just post the E10 core profile binary jars without trying to adopt the process changes. So anyway, that's I think they were amenable to that. I can't say that anyone has a definitive action item to do that, but hopefully in a week, next time we have one of these hangouts or technical meeting, we'll have some more concrete news.
Yeah, so that's great. I was not available today to join the platform call. So that's great news. So it's hopefully in the next week's MP call, we'll be able to get some more definite kind of answer or status for that E10 core profile kind of artifacts appearing on the Maven Central and etc. So that's good. Yeah. And
yeah, my goal was to not let the process stuff that the committees were going to get in the way with just getting this updated.
Yeah,
Right.
agreed.
Sorry.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Ed. So that's good news. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, so this should be settled. Yeah. Watch the space. So that's for the release. And for the technical goals, also I think it's in the next couple, hopefully it's before the next technical call. So it's between John and I, we have to create all the kind of the platform goals in the MicroProfile working group, that repo. And then it's managing the technical goals, kind of the separately is via the GitHub issues and etc. So that's for the technical goals. The other thing I want to bring up, as probably you all know, John has brought up a few times about MicroProfile repo move. So right now we kind of all the MicroProfile specs have their own GitHub repo, and also is kind of all appear under MicroProfile org. So it's to move forward. So the all the repos, MicroProfile repos, will be under github.com/MicroProfile and / for example, MicroProfile-config or MicroProfile-health. So in December, before Christmas break, I spent some time and to dig into the kind of the guinea pig exercise. Basically, we asked the Eclipse Foundation to move MicroProfile open tracing to the new kind of the repo site. And then however, because MicroProfile open tracing was really old, so we hit some kind of the GitHub issues and also the Jenkins issue. So I managed to fix the issues, and then we can build the MicroProfile open tracing successfully. So with that exercise, so in the next probably at the end of January, we are going to do the GitHub repo kind of the update. So basically, it's now it's kind of the /Eclipse-MicroProfile config will become /MicroProfile/MicroProfile-config. So it's all this kind of GitHub move will happen, and so that's auto direct will be in place. So hopefully everything will go well. So that's kind of the plan for the GitHub repo move. So this is the kind of one thing.
Emily, will the old repositories continue to live with pointers to the new one?
Older contributors. So
No.
the
Sorry, no, the repositories themselves. I mean, that contributors, yes, that's a good question, but will there be sort of legacy repositories that just exist for the purposes of pointing to the new one?
The old one will be deleted, and then there will be auto direct. So if you put like a slash kind of the Eclipse slash MicroProfile-config, it should automatically direct it to slash MicroProfile slash MicroProfile-config.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just migrate the repositories
Yes.
whole, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, so we will just continue kind of obviously it won't be overnight move all of them, and it will be gradually kind of move a few, and then we kind of test it, and then just continue that process. So hopefully it's kind of within a few days, and everything should be in place. Anyway, we'll work with the Eclipse Foundation infrastructure team to get that all done. And the committers and also histories should be kind of automatically moved. So, however, from now on, all of us will be committers. Basically, if you are existing Eclipse, existing MicroProfile committer, and then you have the commit kind of the right for all of the MicroProfile specs. However, in the future, if there's a new MicroProfile spec, and the committer will be managed separately. So that will be same as the Jakarta kind of the process. Like a Jakarta process is kind of you have a separate committers for different like repos.
Emily, on that one, how do we, what is the process written that we need to follow the Jakarta process on becoming a committer? We have one project. So how are we going to divide the one project? How will that work? Because we haven't done it before. When was that decided?
So the process will be basically when you contribute some PRs, and it will be similar process as we currently have. Contribute a few PRs to a particular spec, and then the existing committers can nominate you to be the kind of committer. So it's the same.
No, I understand that. What I'm saying is, you say that when a new contributor is only contributing to one spec, that contributor in the future will only have access to be a committer in one spec. My question is, when have we decided that we will not have one project, that the multiple specs, standalone and not, will become their own, that we will divide and conquer? I want to know when do we spoke about it? When do we vote it? Because this means we will change completely how we contribute to the project itself. I just wanted to know, like, did we vote on it? Because talking about using the Jakarta project for becoming a committer is a totally different structure. The Jakarta project has over 30 projects, and I understand it was a transfer from the Oracle to the Eclipse Foundation as an open source project. But MicroProfile is small. We have a little bit over 55 contributors. Is it not better that we keep up what we currently have to enable those that become contributors, fast committers, to branch into the other projects and be a lower barrier to entry to contribute?
So
it's just my question.
To be honest with you, I think only MicroProfile operate in this way. All the other project and etc., they just operate. I mean, as a standalone. So basically, each spec will have their own committer list and etc. If you look at a Jakarta spec, each spec probably is just have like a handful committers. It's not like a lot of people. So it's again, I don't know. Basically, I think is probably feel free to open up a discussion on the MicroProfile Google group.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Next steering committee call as well, because this is so new and it's the first time I hear it.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
we will change the project itself. So
yeah.
I just want to chime in. You can create user lists for the entire. So I'm presuming that what's going to happen is we're going to create a GitHub organization for MicroProfile, and within that organization there will be a bunch of repositories that are all associated with MicroProfile GitHub organization. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so in that structure, Amelia, you can create authentic authorization lists for the entire organization. So right, we can take our committer list that we have right now, we can assign it commit privileges to the entire GitHub organization, and so they will continue to have whatever permissions they have in the current collection of repositories. Right. It actually should become a little easier for us to manage that way, because we just need to change that top level authorization list. And we don't need to go into each of the repositories and change it. There's documentation about GitHub organizations at GitHub. I mean, so I don't think there has to be any change associated with how we assign user permissions and privileges. I think we can continue to do exactly what we're doing now. And like I said, in some ways it'll actually be easier to manage, because you'll only have one, you can do it in one place and not in each of the respective repositories.
that sounds great if we're not planning on changing it so that it will be complicated from one committer to contribute to the other project. That's just hassle, and I don't see a benefit to us we are not being asked to change what we currently do that works. Let's move forward, because I know I'm consuming much time, but thanks so much, Ed and Emily, for allowing me to say, why are we doing this? It's great. Let's move forward.
So shall I give you an action? You send an email to the Google group.
I will wait for us. So this is not happening immediately, correct? So there is no rush, and I think we should have it as a topic for not only the community, but this should be a topic for enough time for the community to, not only in the calls, but for the community to speak up on the forums. It's going to take months. If we're going to change anything as relevant as this, it's going to take months for everyone to be educated on what that's mean for MicroProfile. So no task at the moment. It's the first time I heard it. So
okay, so feel free to bring up in the Google group discussion, because this kind of that's the most committers gathered in the Google group anyway. Anyway, think about that, and then the move will happen probably is in the at the end of January, and then we can at the same time, I think is also Joanna and I will work with the infrastructure team to find out kind of whether is viable to maintain one single committer list, or we have to basically maintain a separate committer list. And then we will just discuss more when we find more information. Okay, that's for the repo move. The other thing is kind of in yesterday's marketing call, and as you know, in the MicroProfile.io website, now we have the more kind of the spec pages. Right now we have created 8 component spec pages for all the kind of the component specifications included in the MicroProfile 6.1 and 7.0, and also we have basically it's a global. Let me just say MicroProfile.io just to show you. For the overall MicroProfile spec pages, so it's the one missing is standalone. So basically here Matrix is standalone is because Matrix was in the 6.1 and moved out. So, and then we are going to add a few more standalone specs. Like right now, I think his since GraphQL had some user request, want basically some spec pages and also reactive messaging, and then it's kind of for others. For the context propagation and open tracing, they are pretty much deprecated. Probably we don't need to spend a lot of time to get them created. So the only one remaining is kind of the MicroProfile, kind of the LRA. So it's we'll see whether that team, want to create like a standalone pages. But to get started, the Ryan create a GitHub issue. Basically, is to create GraphQL, basically GraphQL standalone pages. So we will basically, I will send kind of email to the mailing list for the folks to fill in the relevant information for this website to be created. So that's kind of the website change, and also about the like a standalone specification update as well. So if you want more kind of information to be added and etc., and feel free to read the GitHub issue on the MicroProfile-marketing. So this is for the under this category, technical goals. Anything else people want to bring up? Okay, so next thing, the community outreach. So we know we lost a few Google group messages. I think it's when joined back, we see whether he tracked down any restore and root cause kind of analysis and etc. Yeah. So the next thing is about kind of SurveyMonkey. So Emerson, now you have you have got access to the SurveyMonkey, right? For the account. Do you plan to create more activities in this area?
Yeah, I have that in pending to figure out how to approach the survey thing. But I think for the community approach, we are also is directly related to the marketing area. So gonna keep working the same fundamental issues I was doing the previous year for the social media scheduling and activities like that.
Okay. Can you think about that and then provide more update in the next live hangout? Emerson?
I didn't get what you say, sorry.
So I was saying, can you think about the kind of activities? Can you in the next couple of weeks and provide an update in the next live hangout?
Okay.
Emerson, to track it, my recommendation would be to follow suit with the opening a Git ticket and the marketing and creating through the Google Group Drive a document that you can link and brainstorm and bring as much of your ideas as you want. It's not only about the marketing side, but also on the technical side. When we talk about the SurveyMonkey, you have unlimited ways to reach out the entire community, not only what is in the forum, but we can use media, people that do not even understand or know what is MicroProfile. So the sky is the limit. Definitely use the Google Drive.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so that's for community outreach budget. So budget, Amelia, do you want to provide any update for the budget?
No, I haven't even looked at where we are right now. I remember voting for it, but we just started. I think it's something that we should talk in the next call and figure out, what's the plan.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
a reminder, we did invest 5K into 5K from 2024 budget, or 6K, I don't remember, to Java 1 that is happening in April. So that is something that we decided, we voted on in December as
Yeah.
part of the budget. It's
Yeah.
about, I think,
And
5
then-
or 6K. Mhm.
Yes, I can't remember 5K or 6K. I think it's 5K.
There you go, Tavan saying 5K. There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tavan, and welcome back.
Thanks.
Also in the next marketing call and live how we need to figure out who is going to who will be there and who can do the the booth duty and etc. Okay, so that's for budget. For marketing is the first tutorial, MicroProfile tutorial. The good news to share is that Turan joined the marketing call yesterday and provide some updates. So it's basically he created another chapter, and so far 7 chapters completed. He has a few more chapters to complete. So the update is over here. So we plan to get that done as soon as possible. So, and then it's encourage the team to review his PR, like a MicroProfile tolerance. This is also on my to-do as well. Basically, it's please help out, review, and provide updates as soon as possible while he's working on these 2 remaining chapters. That's for the the tutorial. For other the marketing matters, Amelia, do you want to add anything else?
In the marketing side, every year, MicroProfile creates a stable or constant social media that needs to be scheduled throughout January through December. And we do that in January, February. So last year, Ryan and Emerson worked on it. And Emerson, not to put you on the spot, but I think Ryan is going to ask if you want to follow suit and do the same, or you can totally say no, don't even worry about it. You don't have to answer right now, but that is something that we need to do this year once again. So that is up for grabs to make sure that there is continuity on how we communicate with things that we want the community to know as standards. Like, if you are going to talk about MicroProfile in a session, or in a drug, or in your company, or whatever it is that you can share, the social media can highlight you. You need to file a ticket, all the documentation is written, and usually the social media will help you with one link, go through it and remind you that it exists, right? And there are other things that we do, like reminded, check out the charter, check out the MicroProfile prospect, and so many information that is needed. So there are some constants that we always push and that are scheduled. By middle of February, they should be done, because right now is already this week doesn't count. So I imagine we're behind, but that's it.
So are you talking about the MicroProfile, the banner, or
No, not the banner. The banner is a small task. I'm
So
talking
what-
about social. Mhm.
social media.
Yeah, I'm talking about social media that is a constant, scheduled from January to December 31st. And we have core information that always goes and is scheduled throughout the year, through the months.
Okay.
And last
So
year, Emerson helped with review. This is something I have written, the descriptions for the spec, the calls, this call, you know, regular things. And usually the newest owner of the task will review what I wrote many years ago, because we have been doing this since 2008 or 2017. So it gets rewritten, right? So it's just fun. So Emerson, watch out for that, and you can actually say no, depending on your capabilities. Just be honest, and that is work that needs to be done. That is up for grabs.
okay. So that sounds good. So basically, in summary, it's pretty much the conference promote conference talks and blogs, right? And then what are other things that you mentioned? You said Emerson reviewed. So what are other things?
Meetings.
Go ahead, Emerson.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
okay. We have meetings, we have translations, we have particular documentation like available. I don't remember what else. Yeah, events in general, like conference and things like that. Did you say?
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Okay, anything else for marketing? Anything else on marketing or for marketing? Marketing, today's meeting.
Emily, I have posted the Google Docs for the. You can add it if you can add it to the minutes. It will totally help with social media, like so that you know exactly what is going on to Hootsuite. It's in the chat.
Or in the chat.
Mhm.
Is kind of.
Oh yeah, and you're sharing a screen. I can totally help you. I will do it myself. Sorry about this. I'm being worked.
Okay, got that. Let me see. Folks. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Amelia, for the link. The next thing is the infrastructure website. I mentioned earlier already. So basically, it's MicroProfile.io website will be under active development, and hopefully we basically make the website better consumed by developers and for developers. So this is kind of the infrastructure website, and then we will make basically MicroProfile.io kind of the consumable on MicroProfile.io. Yeah, spec and compatible pages and etc. is all kind of very visible. And if any of you have any other feedback, feel free to read the issue on the MicroProfile-marketing GitHub repo. And then we'll take a look at it and to continually improve the MicroProfile.io website.
Mm-hmm. And one insert on this one, Emily. Last December, before we went off, we did spend 1 hour on the marketing side went through the website, and I think Ryan already sent a message to the community saying that all the tickets were written and the website changed. So every single time a change happens in the website, a ticket is created. Nothing gets changed without the ticket. What we're going to do moving forward is maybe spend once a quarter, an hour, and just go through the website to make it much more efficient, and how the UX experience needs to be less clicks, right? So that is the goal. And Emily is correct. If any of you see something that should be better, file a ticket in the marketing repo, and like we will review it, because we want it to be smooth and also less repetitive, right? And it should be fun because everyone can contribute to this. Just check the website, navigate it. Something is not okay. There is a grammatical error. Even those things deserve a ticket.
Yeah. Great, thank you. So that's the kind of for infrastructure and website. Anything else for that? Anything else?
Yeah, Emily. Yeah, regarding the MicroProfile starter. So basically, we didn't spend a lot of time on that topic the last days of the year, but I hope this starting weeks we can provide more feedback on that, because yeah, we currently have some issues to run the test. So my idea for now is to advance more with this from Payara and contribute with the fixes that are needed for to pass the test, and also build the starter correctly. So yeah, continue with this starting the year. So hopefully we will advance more and finish this effort to have the starter ready.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Alfonso. Yeah, so we'll work kind of on the PRs and etc. If we need, I think it's kind of the meetings run out. So it's, I think that we can discuss offline to see whether if we need to have a kind of course and etc. Maybe we just comment on the issue. Let's get together for a quick call or something like that. Because if we schedule regular call and then often nobody
Yeah, and also the last weeks of the year were very complicated.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll collaborate over PRs. Okay, thank you so much, Alfonso. Okay, looking forward to see your contribution and PRs. Okay, so the final agenda item is a yearly program plan. Kind of so basically this kind of what we have approved. So all these goals. And then I will have a chat with John when he's back. So basically we have to create all the GitHub issues on the MicroProfile-WG to basically it's kind of to take into consideration of everything mentioned in here, and then track progress, and yeah, and then we should frequently review the activities that happen for each kind of the goal and etc. So it doesn't make any sense if we don't like track the progress or don't take any actions against these goals. So we have to go through them and then create a GitHub issues to map like each individual items and then go from there. So hopefully in the next MicroProfile Live Hangout, we will have the GitHub issues kind of raised. And also we need to close out 2024 strategic goal, items in that GitHub repo, MicroProfile kind of the WG. Let me quickly find out. So all the all the goals should be kind of mentioned here. So it's we also kind of in the next call, maybe we'll go through them 2024 goals and should close them or provide an update and close them. Either completed or kind of not completed, or to see whether we want to bring forward. So that's a plan for the kind of how to track the 2025 program plan. Anything else? Or any kind of more comments on how to track the 2025 program plan?
I have a comment on general. So since we're back from vacation, from the holidays, by the way, I hope everyone had a fantastic time doing nothing. There is we need to update the calendar. There are some technical calls, some spec calls that are still missing. And Emily, only you and John have access to Zoom to add those calls to Zoom, so then they can be imported into the calendar. So we need to go back into December, maybe November, and duplicate whatever it was there, so that the minutes are copied and these things. And this is my recommendation. Maybe Emily, you want to take a lead on this while John is gone, or maybe you divide and conquer with John, and the two of you decide who will own the task.
So did you look at the calendar today?
Yes.
So
it's missing.
Yeah,
it's missing a few calls.
Yeah, I already
going to November.
November.
Yes. It should be, because we deleted everything the second week of December. So yeah. So it's missing JWT, it's missing context propagation, it's missing graph.
It's on purpose, because this is no longer happening.
Oh, okay. So they are discontinued?
Correct.
Including graph?
I don't think GraphQL would have any course, but we can always double check with the community. So basically, it's to see whether they still have the course.
Okay, and we have Luis here. Payara is helping with the starter, and we don't need the call for that one, Luis, correct? On Alfonso?
We already discussed this a few minutes ago. I said, we're not going to have a call.
Well, okay, this is great.
Yeah.
When we do social media, we needed all of it updated. If it's updated, we can move forward with this.
Yeah,
this is
so far it's kind of the meetings in the calendar here is kind of the up to date. So it's if you look at this, so it's also I talked with Nathan, the context propagation is pretty much stale, so that's no longer needed. Also talked with the OpenAPI spec team and got that all created. So this is all up to date, and all the
this is fantastic.
Discontinue the ones, got rid of them.
Thank you, Emily. This will allow the social media for those calls to happen immediately. Then it's easier.
Yeah. Go ahead to schedule any kind of push and etc. I think that's bring up to the end of this meeting. We see program plan. We quickly add the MP course in the MP calendar. Yeah, and also I will probably send the notes to the Google group, just saying all the course should be up to date, and asking people to resync with the MP calendar. For if any spec want to have their call either deleted or created or updated, and then they can comment, and then we'll just we'll just do whatever needed. We have action.
I think that is very sensible, because I make a mistake when I delete over all the meetings in August when we go on vacation for summer, and in the holiday, I never sent an email saying this. Maybe I did this year. Last year. I was a little bit better just because I noticed that we go silent because it's vacation. But we should be upfront with adjustments to the calendar using the community forum. So yeah.
Yeah, great. Okay, then that's all good. So are there anything else people want to bring up? Okay, if not, you have 9 minutes back and you have a short break before your
Bye,
next call.
everyone. Thanks,
Okay.
Amy. You did amazing.
Thank you.
everyone.
Yes.
You.
Thank
Thank you
you.
Bye.
guys. Bye. See you.
Bye. See you.